If you are a recreational gymnastics coach and you are looking for a way to burn your students' energy, to engage them, to get them to try to work harder, and you want to teach them rolling, this is the rolling game. So let's get into it. What you're going to need, you're going to need a student. You're going to need a soft, squishy object, usually a pit cube, a wedge, some way to keep time, and some way to track numbers. Okay? This is what you're going to do. You're going to put a pit cube between your feet, roll down the wedge as many times as you can for 30 seconds. So the group, you could have 6 kids, 8 kids, 10 kids, it doesn't matter. 2 kids to a wedge, 3 kids to a wedge. They roll down the wedge as many times as they possibly can. They count their own numbers for 30 seconds. If the pit cube comes out between their feet, they do not get to count the number, and they see how many they get at the end. Then you add everybody's total up at the end, and you get a group number. Then what you can do is just say, let's do it again and try to beat that number. Okay, then you go into this challenge. You can do the same exact thing. Roll up the wedge, pit cube between your feet, 30 seconds, count your numbers. Okay, simple. Then you put it between your belly. This keeps the gooey kids a little bit more tight because now you're having to engage your core. So you put the pit cube between your legs and your stomach, roll down the wedge as many times as you possibly can for 30 seconds. Count your numbers at the end as a group. And then you roll up the wedge. This makes your core have to engage even more. And if you lose the pit cube, you don't get to count your numbers. Now, what's the beauty of this game? It's simple as this. If I add up the entire group number, total score, everybody's numbers, 2 things are going to happen. 1, someone's going to cheat. Someone's going to say, I did 60 in 30 seconds, which is impossible. You get to hold them accountable. Now they're learning accuracy and accountability and honesty because they have to track their own numbers. The other thing is a student is going to get low numbers, 2, 3, 5, 7, whatever they're going to get. It's a low number. They're not going to feel very confident about their low number, and they're going to feel very kind of insignificant when they hear one kid get 15 and they did 2. They're not going to feel very good. When you ask to add everybody's total sum together, the student who got the least amount of numbers is now contributing to a bigger number. So they're actually part of the bigger number. It makes them feel a little bit better. But there's another twist to this. If I ask the group to beat their total sum number and do the challenge again, the student who got the least number of rolls is actually going to be the greatest contributor for the second challenge because the student who did 20 is going to have to work really hard to get 21. But the student who got 2 is not going to have to work much harder to get 4. And so there you have the beauty is that the student who seemed the least insignificant or seemed the most insignificant I'm not even saying that correctly. The student who seemed the most insignificant becomes the most significant. There we go. So there's your rolling game. It's helping taking the kids who are at the bottom and helping them contribute to the kids who are at the top. It's helping making the kids who are at the top work as hard as they possibly can so they show some level of consistency. It's an exciting, fun game. And the beauty of this whole thing is you don't actually have to work that hard. You get to be incredibly lazy as a coach and you get to just make them do all the work, which is fantastic.